Hi there, my name is Robb Hillman. I'm a registered nurse and a certified life coach, and I think today is a good day for a good day. I want to talk to you guys about this week about it's a question that I've asked myself in the past that I found to be really, really helpful. Okay, so I want to give you a little backstory. This is like years ago. I think it was back in the year 2000. I had a job working for Disney, so I got to go live in Singapore and in Taiwan for a year. It was awesome. And I'd come back and I was living in New York for a few years, and I just kept thinking about that time. And I really wanted to go back to Asia and just do some traveling, backpack around and kind of explore some of those interesting countries over there. And it was on my mind all the time. I really wanted to do it. But I had lots of reasons why I couldn't. And so it was just kind of like I was thinking about it a lot, but not really doing anything about it. So I went to this audition. It was a class, actually. And I was sitting out in the hallway, and I started talking to this guy next to me. And he mentioned that he had just gotten back from a year-long trip. He said he started in Europe and ended in Australia, and started telling me about some of his adventures. And I was like, this is exactly what I want to do. I want this more than anything. Like, it just sounds so awesome. And he was like, well, why don't you do it? And I was like, well, I mean, I can't do it. I, have a job and I can't afford it. And I'm trying to build a career here in New York. And I had like lots and lots of reasons of why I couldn't, but I really wanted to. And he let me kind of go on for a while. And finally he just stopped me and he said, do you want to be a person who wants to go backpacking? Or do you want to be a person who went backpacking? And that question just hit me. I mean, like a ton of bricks. It was like, I have no good answer for that question other than the fact that, yes, I want to be the person who did it. And that question, it blew my mind that night. But within a week, I had talked to my boss at work. I had made arrangements to start making it happen. And within 6 months, I was on a plane to New Zealand. So, it can happen. I just had to make it happen. I had to decide, this is what I want. I don't want to be the person who keeps thinking about it. I want to be the person who does this thing. And then I made it happen. Okay? And so I want to talk to you guys. What are the things that you want, that you keep thinking about and you keep wanting to do or to have, and yet you've got all those reasons, which I'm sure are always very good reasons, of why you can't do that thing yet, or you can't have it now, or it's just something vague in the future. Do you want to be a person who wants to be the nice nurse, or do you want to be the nice nurse? Do you want to be the person who wants to be the satisfied nurse? Or do you want to be the person who is the satisfied nurse, right? Do you want to be the person who, gets to go home at night feeling great about their job and who feels like the expert on the floor and that just really loves being a nurse? Or do you want to be all those things, right? Do you want to do the thing, or do you want to be the thing? Ask yourself this question, because it really helps, or at least it helped me a lot, to put things in perspective and to realize, where am I just letting my brain go on and on and on, but without actually taking the steps? Because to be a satisfied nurse, it's great to say that I want to be that. It's probably going to take some work, right, to get there. It's probably going to take some work to be the expert nurse. It definitely took me some work to, save up the money and figure out how I was going to go do all that traveling. But once you decide that's your priority, then you can start doing that work rather than just thinking about it as someday in the future I'll get around to doing that. It totally changed my life. I mean, in a very real way. This one question that some stranger asked me, in a hallway in New York City. Ask yourself that question and see if it doesn't help put some things in perspective for you, so that you can start being the person that you want to be, that you can start having the things that you want to have, rather than just saying, well, someday, I wish, I hope, but to start doing the things and doing the work to make those things a reality for you. Totally possible. Okay, so that's your homework for the week. I want you to ask yourself this question. Think about, what are the things that you really want to have in your career, in your life, in your relationships, and just ask yourself, think about those things that you like want, but you're kind of putting off because it seems like hard and you're not really sure. And ask yourself, do you want to be the person who wants those things? Or do you want to be the person who has those things, who is those things? All right. I hope this is helpful for you guys. Drop me a comment if this is helpful or not. I always like hearing from you. And I will talk to you next time.